Good day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or in my case, almost midnight to one and all from all around the world. Welcome to the Personal Growth Leaders Advanced Toastmasters Club meeting. The theme for tonight is World Fair Trade Day. World Fair Trade Day is celebrated on the second Saturday in May. This year, it's about, let me type this here. This year, it's about Build Back Fairer. So practices that we would put in place to ensure that it's a fairer practice that we have in the world trade practices. Usually, it's the celebration towards contribution towards the fight against poverty, against exploitation, and climate change as well. Welcome, everyone. We have an action-packed meeting today. As we are an events club, I would just call upon the grammarian to give you the word of the day, and then we'll proceed with the meeting. As per normal Toastmasters meeting, our format is the pie. Anyone here likes pies?
Yes.
Excellent. So P for prepared speeches, I for impromptu speaking, and E for evaluation. Let's welcome our grammarian, Toastmaster Maria, to give us the word of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Maria.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm not able to turn on my camera. So the word of the day for today is requital. I'll just post this word in the chat now. The meaning of this word is payment to another for a loss or injury. I'll spell the word R-E-Q-U-I-T-A-L, requital. So this word can be used in the sentence as the judge ordered the landlord to pay his former tenants $100 each as requital for goods lost or damaged in the apartment fire. So this word, another alternate word for requital is compensation. So this word has its origin from Middle English word requite. Over to you, Tia Modi.
Thank you, Madam Grammarian. I was going to offer you some requital for your services today, but I think I will bribe you. Sorry, I will give you some chocolates instead. Thank you, Madam Grammarian. We have two speakers lined up today for the prepared speech segment. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Ruziana Mohammed, who will be evaluated by Toastmaster Anvita Haggett. How would I pronounce your name? Sorry, Anvita? Yeah. May I please invite Toastmaster Anvita to read out the purpose statement for the project. Over to you, Toastmaster Anvita.
Thank you, Lee. The speaker is attempting her researching and presenting project. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. Timer, please note the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to the speaker. Back to Lee.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anvita. May I please remind Toastmaster Ruziana to pin the timer? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Toastmaster Ruziana with Lockdown. Lockdown, Toastmaster Ruziana.
Thank you, TMD. DTM, Lee Buckley. I just want to ask you a question. Who is not affected by the pandemic currently? Who is not affected? I guess all of us are affected by this. In fact, if you say like, I'm not going anywhere, I've been at home. Well, we still are affected because the kids are coming home and things like that. So everyone is affected by the pandemic recently. And I would like to give some, for this speech, I would first give some statistics based on my research and then some suggestion what we can do to survive or even do better after this pandemic. All right, first I give some statistics. me share my screen. I think I shared the virtual background. Let me check. Okay. All right. So based on these statistics, you can see that unfortunately, there's no. These are all the research done in America and in China, but in Malaysia, I will share with you all the national down there, the national. Okay, based on the studies, okay, we have American Psychological Association have done survey, and it's like 62% has reported they have some kind of stress or distress during this time. And in China, Zhang and Ma already, they've reported about 52%. And in Malaysia, the teenager age between 14 to 40 years old also reported an increase, okay? It's not that previously they have some kind of mental issues, suicidal kind of things, but now increase since the lockdown to 8% more than the previous one. And then Julian and team in 2015 has a survey as the research found that person in isolation, they'll increase some kind of stress and distress by 29% more than the normal behavior. And then in Malaysia, we have Talian Kasih, and this is called, what you call it, some kind of like 911 kind of call when they are in distress, and this has increased to 57%. So those are the statistics on my research on the effect of the pandemic, especially on the what you call it, psychological effect or the mental health of all of us. Well, of course, there are death and things like that, and that is settled, meaning that okay, those the one that we are here today, we are the one that survived this pandemic, that we have to think about what we can do to be better. Maybe the new normal is not the past one, but our future is our new normal. It's not, maybe the previous time that we have is not normal, and now we are into our normal life with all these things. So what can we do with all these statistics behind our back? Is that currently we can see there's a lot of things has been going on. You know, there's new apps coming in, like what do you call it, Clubhouse and things like that. So, and then we have a Zoom to help us to connect, because the survey has shown that isolation is not good. And we are lucky because we are Toastmasters, so we meet each other, although it's virtual, but when you see face to face like this, even though it's virtual, it's help. Subconscious mind, without we noticing, it's actually helping us, helping us in mitigating the isolation. And what else can we do? And then there's a lot of studies have shown that we do whatever we like. For example, readings will help. So you can read anything, like whatever you love to do. So you can read about things that you love to read about. For example, Chip Wilson, the billionaire, he became billionaire after he went to one place, isolation, after he's been, like he said he's not doing well in business, one business after another. So he said, enough is enough. He spent 3 months away reading 100 books. And after that, he came back and he got a lot of idea and turned himself into, what do you call that? His brand, Lululemon, a billionaire. So we can read. Apart from reading, research also showed that learning new things can help us in terms of check the time. Okay, in terms of to increase the cognitive function of the brain. For example, during the first lockdown back in Malaysia, I learned to play piano. And then I never thought I could play, but I've never learned it. I know nothing about the notes and things like that, but it helped. And then in second lockdown, I learned to do hydroponics. And now I have a lot of things behind my back, and I've stopped doing hydroponic. I put it in my stop to-do list. At least later on, for example, if I were to continue back with this kind of hobbies, I at least I know what it's all like because I've tried it before. So we can do a lot of things, readings and play games or playing instruments that will help us to get away. And the best thing is that Toastmasters, we have this meeting, we have Zoom, and then now we have Clubhouse, you can join. There's a lot of things to keep away from isolation and then help us to get our survive better than the rest, probably, in terms of knowing and aware that we are in this together. Okay, that's all, I guess. Back to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rosianna. Wow, there is indeed no requisite that will be sufficient to compensate for what we've lost due to the COVID-19. On the plus side, though, we've taken Zoom Airlines around the world. Who would have thought, if I had asked you in 2019, if I said to you, would you imagine zooming around the world? You might have said to me at that time, yeah, right, in your dreams. Well, dreams do come true, my friends. Thank you, Toastmaster Rosianna. May I invite everyone, if you would like to give your personal feedback to Toastmaster Rosianna, you would like to use the chat function. You may wish to type her a private message with your feedback as well. Thank you, everyone. You may continue to provide your feedback while I prepare the second speaker for today's meeting. DTM Somesh, are you ready for your speech? Excellent. Our second speaker today is DTM Somesh Kumar, who will be presenting from the Dynamic Leadership Level 5 Leading in Your Volunteer Organization project. May I please invite his evaluator, Toastmaster John Khalid, to read out the project purpose statement. Over to you, Toastmaster John Khalid.
Thank you, Lee. Good evening, everybody, or good morning, or good night. The object of this, speech is to deliver a speech reflecting on the personal experience of serving in a leadership role for at least 6 months, where a 360 evaluation of the speaker's leadership skills was conducted and a succession plan was created. Back to you, Toastmaster Lee.
Thank you, Toastmaster John Khalid. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome DTM Somesh Kumar with his speech, Fun Starts Here. Fun starts here, DTM Somesh Kumar.
Very warm welcome, everyone. Before I begin, I wanted to ask a question. How many of you like roller coaster rides? I'm personally not a fan of roller coaster ride. But for many people, the fun starts at the time when they're in a roller coaster ride. And leading in a voluntary organization is actually that. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so it's a roller coaster ride, right? And I started my roller coaster ride end of 2014. In 2015, beginning of 2015, December 2014, I joined Toastmasters, and I in another speech, I informed that I was asked to do the vice president education role because the person was leaving. And it was a great experience. I did it for until June, and then I took the role again for the whole year from June to July in 2015. And then in 2016, I became the president of that club. So I have been doing these leadership roles. And what I want to tell here is when we are doing a leadership role, it's like a roller coaster ride. The fun starts there. There are ups and there are downs. What do we mean by ups and downs? We work with different people, right? So depending on how the person is, the ups and downs will happen. Another thing is in terms of actually making the club progress. When we work together as a team, collaborate, when we collaborate together, we win. And sometimes the sinking ship paradigm, I wanted to talk about that. And that happened last year when the pandemic started. Many people wanted to have face-to-face meetings, but unfortunately, because of pandemic, it was not possible. We had a VP education person who was called Father Patrick. He was a great, he was a very good organized person who was leading the VP education role very nicely. However, when the pandemic came, he did not want to continue. So similar to a situation in 2015, 5 years later, again, a similar situation happened in a different way, basically, in a way that pandemic, the most unforeseen circumstance. And it was like a sinking ship. And this is where the volunteer aspect of us comes into picture. I think the most important thing to understand is that the club is composed of members. Without members, there is no club. And therefore, it is very important to have the spirit of oneness within the club. Even if everyone is different individual, the oneness in terms of us developing our communication and leadership skills should join us together. And then we collaborate. And when we collaborate, we definitely win. So we come out of the sinking ship. And this is what happened in 2015, in March last year. I took this and then we started getting few members. We are still not fully there yet. And recently, our president had, her husband had some issue, and she also had to give up the role a few months back. And again, we just have to volunteer. The main thing about the voluntary organization is we have to volunteer and we have to take it as our own business. The volunteer organization is our own business. We don't get any requital from it, any compensation from it. But the biggest compensation is working with like-minded people. So that's what, coming to the leadership part. So what exactly do we say when we say we are leading? The main thing about leading is giving direction and support, right? So I'll actually go back. Giving direction and support. It's very important that the leader has to know where we have to go. Otherwise, it is like sinking ship again. So we have to have a vision and we have to work toward that vision. And this is what I was doing in terms of the vice president education. And actually I had to take the president's role as well. And the most important thing is to enjoy the journey. It should not be taken as a burden. It should be enjoying. I think that's the most important thing. The next part is the 360. So as part of the role, in the end, I had submitted a 360 form to and the most important thing about 360 is it is everything. It is a self-leadership, then it's leading the peers, then it's leading up, and then it's leading the subordinates. So this is what 360 is about. And I had taken the 360 and I had got the feedback on that from the team. And the last point that I want to talk about is in terms of the succession planning. They say A good leader is someone who has got followers who trust in the leader. And the best leader is someone who create more leaders. This is a very important thing. And this succession planning actually helps us to do that, to create more leaders, because it is the leaders who are the directors of an organization, especially in a voluntary organization where we don't get any compensation. And one of the points about succession planning is all those points that are mentioned here, not playing favorites. If someone is disappointed, addressing that. The objective of spotting the successors, not turning the process into a competition, and keep it should not be a secret. The succession planning should be open to everyone. Anyone should be able to take up the leadership role. That's what I had to convey today in terms of our leading in a voluntary organization. The most important thing that I want to convey is we have to treat this organization as our own business, as if we are getting the profit from it. And how will we do? If I had a business and I wanted to make profit out of it, how will I work? Exactly the same way the leader in a voluntary organization has to work along with people and bring people together in that journey and enjoy that roller coaster ride. Thank you very much.
Thank you, DTM Somesh. Wow, what a good reminder to us. We used to think that working or serving in a volunteer organization is about servant leadership, where we serve others. There's no requital for the services that we provide. But if you look at it from another angle, think about it as a business. It's your business that you need to make it work. All of a sudden, the world is our oyster. Another type of leadership philosophy becomes our door. It opens up the world to us to look at how we may, in fact, become maybe a better leader or more effective leader if we look at the organization as a business. Think about it. In the meantime, if you would like to give your personal feedback to DTM Somesh, please do so via the chat. We have now completed the pie, which is the P segment of the pie. You've just got started. You've already had the top crust of the pie. Now we get to the nitty gritty, the I, the impromptu. Usually in a pie, if you look at it, you go, that looks like a nice pie, but you don't know what the filling is. And this is what we're going to get with this segment, the impromptu. Are we going to get chicken pie, beef pie, vegetable pie? We don't know. There's one person who will be able to enlighten us. May I please invite the Table Topics Master, Toastmaster Anvita, to take us through the impromptu segment, Table Topics. Over to you, Toastmaster Anvita.
Thank you, Lee. So the first topic is, when was the last time you tried something new? When was the last time you tried something new? This topic goes to Rock.
Madam Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters. Is everybody able to hear me?
Yes.
All right, perfect. I never know if my speaker is working or not. Last time I tried something new, I think right now I'm trying something new. I just started doing the lending part of real estate. So I've expanded my real estate brokerage to not only doing the real estate with the sales part, but also doing the lending part now. And I'm in the middle of a couple of loans that I'm doing. And so everything that I'm looking at with that is brand new. I don't think I'd worry too much about the requital of it. But from everything of getting the client in there and submitting the loans, taking and looking for different scenarios that I can present to them. It's just really a new environment in general. Obviously, it's not the first thing I've done that's brand new. I've started a lot of different projects. but I don't think I've had to worry about recruital with hardly any of them. That's what I would say that I'm doing brand new, Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Rock. Please give him a big round of applause. You certainly inspired me to try something new, because the last time I did that was last year, before the pandemic, when I learned swimming. So now even I'm going to do some professional course maybe. The next topic is, who do you sometimes compare yourself to? Who do you sometimes compare yourself to? This topic goes to Kaushal Gupta.
Thank you, Madam Topics Master and fellow Toastmasters. Someone I frequently compare myself to is my own father. He is a role model. He is the picture of hard work and focus and dedication and humility. These are all qualities that I admire and I aspire to have. I would not say I have them, but I aspire to have them. And I would say just about everyone I meet in life has some kind of influence in me, some kind of inspiration to me. And I've just joined this club officially, and I'm sure that I will be inspired by each of you as well. But I would say the person who inspires me the most is my own father. Madam Topics Master.
Thank you, Kaushal. Please applaud him. I think that is something we have in similar. My role model is my dad too, because he comes from a village background and then he became an engineer, all because of hard work. The next topic is, what gets you excited about life? What gets you excited about life? This topic goes to Ruben.
Life is a powerful word, and it is full of excitement. I don't need to look for something specific. Just the fact that I am alive, I feel excited. And I try to live every moment of my life because I understood something, that every single second of your life counts, even if you are sleeping. Because while you are sleeping, your brain continues working. And that is the time that you have your dreams. And sometimes those dreams may come true, as I'm doing now. I'm making my dream come true by being with you today, because I was absent for some time because of work. But suddenly, yesterday night, they told me, Ruben, we accepted your request to change your class schedule. So I immediately wrote to Somesh. I say, oh, tomorrow I will be there with you. But there was a problem of connection this time, so I arrived late in today's meeting. But I felt so excited to be connected with you again. And I continue excited being with you for the rest of the Saturdays. Back to you.
Thank you, Ruben. I think not only your dream, my dream also came true, because 3 days back, I dreamt that you were speaking in today's meeting and it came true. What a coincidence. The next topic is, what life lessons did you learn the hard way? What life lessons did you learn the hard way? This topic goes to Teresa.
Thank you, Madam Table Topics, fellow Toastmasters. I learned everything the hard way, and my mother never, ever, she always had to mention that, Teresa, again. So things that I've learned were that family is important. And until you don't have that family, you find out that, wow, why didn't I do this? Or, I mean, there's that quote about why didn't I spend more time in the office? And I like to change it to why don't I spend more time with my children? The requital is that you get so much more from being with your family and enjoying those things. And now that I'm a grandmother and soon to be a grandmother of 2, I find that I am going to spend all of my time getting to know my grandchildren. Of course, I don't teach anymore. I'm not at school. So I have that time, and that's another thing I think about time. We all have to learn how to manage our time so that we're just not throwing it away. And if we are wasting it, let's waste it on grandchildren. Madam Table Topics.
Please give a big round of applause to Teresa. I think I too understood the importance of family during the lockdown period where I was isolated in my home without access to my parents. So I was really depressed, and this made me realize how often I should spend time with them, all thanks to the lockdown and the pandemic. At least some good is coming out of this pandemic. The next topic is, what do you wish you spent more time doing 5 years ago? What do you wish you spent more time doing 5 years ago? This topic goes to Marutesh. Are you there? Okay, he's there.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, okay. What do you wish you spent more time doing 5 years ago? What do you wish you spent more time doing 5 years ago?
Thank you. 5 years ago. Actually, 5 years ago, I completed my post-graduation. Then I shifted to the Bangalore. That time, what I want to do, I was very confused whether I want to go for competitive exam coaching, and after clearing that, I want to go for government job, or I want to go for private job. I was really confused. Then after a few days, uh, I went for the competitive exam coaching. I completed competitive exam coaching, and I stay in PG, and I prepared for the competitive exam. For more than 1 year, I prepared. Then I I was I was then also I was little different since I went for private job, but I didn't adjust to the private job environment. Then finally I got a PhD seat in my college, where I completed my post graduation. There only I got the PhD. Then I came back to my home university. There I joined postgraduate research, and now I'm pursuing research in agriculture subsidies. Like this, my journey I spent. I I remember my journey 5 years ago. Thank you.
Thank you, Marutesh. Please applaud him. So it's always better late than never, isn't it? And very soon you're going to be Dr. Marutesh. I like calling you that. It sounds so cool. The last topic is stealing to feed a starving child wrong? Is stealing to feed a starving child wrong? This topic goes to Kathy.
That is a very interesting question, Table Topics Master Anvita. Is stealing to feed a child wrong? Technically, stealing is wrong. But what's more wrong is allowing a small child to go hungry and not get the nourishment that they need. So sometimes you have to do what's best for the child and nurture the child, even though you may be breaking a law. Because who amongst us wouldn't do that to take care of our child or even somebody else's child? You can't let a child go without. That's what we're born to do, to bring up that next generation, whether it's your child or somebody else's child. With Mother's Day rolling around here in the US, I don't know if that's an international celebration on the exact same day. I don't know if different countries have it on the same day. But with tomorrow being Mother's Day, what mother in desperation wouldn't steal, beg, borrow, or steal to take care of her child? So technically, the laws of man are saying that stealing is wrong, but what would be more wrong is for that child to go hungry. Thank you. Back to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Please give a big round of applause to Kathy. Beg, borrow, or steal. I completely agree with you. Few years back, I saw an award-winning picture. It was of a starving child and there was a vulture next to it. The vulture was waiting for the child to die so that it can eat it. So starvation is the biggest problem and we should take some measure to overcome it. With this, we have come to an end of the table topic session. Back to our TMD Lee.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amvita, for your very thought-provoking questions in table topics. Indeed, is stealing to feed a child wrong? What life lessons did you have to learn the hard way? Lots to share, but maybe another time. Yeah. Thank you, everyone who have participated in the table topic session. And now we come to the crunch, the bottom bit of the pie, the bit that brings everything together. You might have enjoyed the top crust, the middle bit, but when you eat them all together, and that's when you get the real value and taste of the pie. And to run the evaluation segment for today's meeting, please welcome our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Satya. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lee. It was a fantastic evening. In India, it is evening today, so I'm saying it was a fantastic evening. Right from the beginning of the session today, the P and I have gone up very smoothly. Now for the evaluation, may I now call upon Toastmaster Anvita to give her evaluation of Speaker 1.
Pandemic has been the biggest pain point of our life. Who is not affected by the pandemic, isn't it? Good day, Toastmasters and guests. I love the relevance of the topic, Toastmaster Rosie, because each and every one of us are going through the same feeling. When will this pandemic get over? And your speech aptly reflected that. You also built credibility in your speech because you said how you're affected by this pandemic when you mentioned about your kids. You also mentioned how you overcame the stress of this pandemic, that is by learning piano. So whatever you said was authentic because it was experienced by you. The research part of your project was done extremely well. You had a PPT which showed statistics along with the bar graph. The bar graph was simple and easy to grasp. Along with that, you had also mentioned the sources of the research in this slide. Maybe after this meeting, I'll refer to it to get more information. I just have two suggestions for you. One is to avoid unnecessary pauses. The second is related to eye contact. You had several unnecessary pauses in your speech. For example, before you gave the statistics, before you told new act like this, before you said in terms of. So instead of this, maybe you can use pauses at relevant points. That is, after giving statistics, so that I can grasp all the statistics, or after giving ideas on what to do during the pandemic, because that also needs some grasping. The second point is regarding the eye contact. At certain parts of your speech, for example, when you spoke about the reading, you were looking down. So maybe instead of that, if you want to read something, you can have it on your screen and just scroll down as necessary, because this will give the impression that you're having eye contact directly at the audience. Having said that, I really like the fact that you highlighted all the psychological aspects of your speech, because this lockdown is really driving me crazy. In Bangalore, we have lockdown till May 24th, and that is filling me with anxiety, and also I'm depressed most of the times. But you told what I can do during this time. You told that we can use Clubhouse, we can read, that we can attend Zoom meetings. I'm going to do just that. Thanks for your suggestions. You also had fantastic gestures when you said think about, you showed past, you showed future, and you even showed survival. So all this made your speech more entertaining and interesting. To summarize, the research element was well done, great topic selection and content, avoidance of unnecessary pauses, and eye contact would have taken your speech to the next level. Back to the general evaluator, Dr. Satya.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Anvita. That was very well done. I don't have much to add about your evaluation. You have done extremely well. Now, may I now invite Toastmaster John Carlin, evaluator of the second speaker.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Now, this is level 5, which is one of the, I believe, is one of the electives leading in your volunteer organization. So I was expecting to hear something on leadership there, and it threw me. The title, Fun Starts Here. What? And then the first question that Samesh asked us, who likes roller coasters? And I'm thinking to myself, where's this going? Yeah, so I was immediately drawn to where this is going. And of course, he used analogies and metaphors to actually bring to life and relate it to leadership. He started off by giving a bit of his pedigree, how he started off and took a job in his club, and then took the whole year, and then became president. I think it was VPE for a little while, and then carried on with the VPE for another year, and then went into the president as president. So around 2.5 years, he had that leadership all the way through. So that was the pedigree that we could look at, you know, or the credibility that he knows what he's actually talking about. And that resonates with the actual audience when the audience is listening. So I thought that was very good. It drew us in straight away. And then he came into his leadership and what it was about in his volunteer organization. So it was a very good start, very good into the middle, and then the finish about the 3 subjects about the ship sinking. He brought all that in and using the slide to maximum effect, which I thought was very good there. A couple of points. I noticed he was standing up, but still his hands tended to drop below the actual box, as I call it, because we're all in a box here, you know. So the hands were still dropping a bit low. I don't know if he had enough room to go back further, so more of his body was there, yeah, from sort of the waist up, so that he could actually use those hands of his and compensate for the missing of the hands. Okay. There was a slight hesitation in some of his, when he was speaking, I noticed. I don't know whether it was nerves or he was just trying to think of his next sentence. So be aware of that when you're actually speaking, to be quite honest. So in all, I thought it was a very good speech, a lot different to what I expected to come. I like the slides. I like the way you introduced it with the roller coaster. And I don't like roller coasters as well as him, but very good. Just look out for the hand gestures. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster John Khalid. That was an excellent evaluation. Very well done, the speaker. I should congratulate the speaker and also the evaluator who has given a 360-degree view of what has been said by DTM Somesh. Very well done. With that, the evaluation comes to an end. Now, may I request the grammarian to give a report? Toastmaster Maria.
Thank you, G. So the word of the day was used by TMOD twice and speaker 2 once, Rock 1, Teresa 1. Sorry if I missed any names. I'm very sorry. I had internet issue in between. And as an counter, I've done my report. So speaker 1 had used 8 hours, 2 and 2 long pauses at the time of transition. Speaker 2 had used 2 and under table topics, speaker 2 used 2 hours. And the words which I liked today, the statements, phrases, roller coaster ride, the word pie, brand new, dreams come true, family is important, credibility. And I could find few figurative languages also here in today's speech. That is ups and downs, it's an oxymoron, and repetition, sinking ship. So it's an advanced club. I didn't find much of any misusage of grammar. Overall, the meeting was so good and I enjoyed it thoroughly. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Maria. That was a very well done report. As usual, you are flawless in your report. Unfortunately, we couldn't see your video this evening, but it's okay. Next time we'll hope to see you. Now, may I now request the timer to give her report, please?
Hi, good evening or good afternoon, good morning, everyone. Now I get a chance to speak. Finally, I don't get my ass counted. Let me give the timing report for all the speakers, starting with the prepared speeches. Rosie, she spoke for 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Toastmaster Somesh, 7 minutes and 33 seconds, 3 seconds over. And now first table topic, speakers. Toastmaster Rock, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Toastmaster Kaushal, 1 minute and 5 seconds. Toastmaster Ruben, 1 minute and 42 seconds. Nice to see you again. Welcome back. Toastmaster Teresa, I don't know whether Toastmaster or guest. Anyway, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Toastmaster Martesh, welcome to the club. 1 minute and 40 seconds. Toastmaster Kathy, 1 minute and 40 seconds. Well done, within the range of the timing of the table topic speakers. And finally, the last for the evaluators, Toastmaster Anvita, 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Toastmaster John, he nearly went over, but he pulled short. So 3 minutes and 22 seconds. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. May I, very well done, Toastmaster Fatima. Now, may I now request our counter? Is it Maria again? It's this, as per the proceeding, it shows Maria. Is it Maria?
Yes, she already gave her report.
I gave my report, sir.
counter?
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry, did I miss it? Sorry about that. Anyway, now
It's okay. It's okay.
I was just looking at the schedule that has been sent. Accordingly, I thought now I have to give my day's report, the proceedings report. Timer, can you tell whether the program today's schedule started on time?
Yeah, I think so. I believe so. I started only timing only for the speakers, but I believe Toastmaster of the evening, she started on the dot.
Bang
Over
on
to
the
you.
time. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now let me go on to talk about the role takers. The Toastmaster of the evening, as usual, excellent, extraordinary. She introduced a new word today, pi, which I was not familiar. I'll note it down and use it sometime in the future. And also spoke about Zoom Airlines, which I have not heard about Zoom Airlines. That's a new thing. Quite extraordinary kind of introduction to the session, as well as the usage of words. I was quite impressed with the Toastmasters of the evening. Lee, congratulations to you. Very well done. Coming to the table topic master, as usual, Toastmaster Anvita has exceedingly stepped into the position of, I think Sabaria was the, according to the schedule, it is Sabaria was the table topic master, but she quickly stepped into that. And in fact, she also spoke about one of the questions were on the today's theme, poverty. Though I was looking for climate change, that was not there, unfortunately, nor World Fair Trade Day. But all in all, it was good. And the most important point about her kind of a discourse today, Anvita's, was giving her own anecdotal experience after each speech. That was quite very good. And I liked the way she came out with her reaction to each of these speeches made by the speakers. Evaluators have already done the evaluation. Now coming to the role takers, grammarian I've already mentioned, it was very well done. Unfortunately or fortunately today I don't have anything more to say about improving the entire role taking. The best part I thought was Fatima. She came with a lot of energy and enthusiasm. I got energized as though I got my third vaccination today. I felt that I've already taken 2 vaccinations. The third was given by Fatima today. Excellent, well done. With that, I hand over back to the president, or sorry, the Toastmaster of the evening. Well done.
Thank you, Judge Evaluator, Toastmaster Sasha. I love how you use your third vaccination today. I thought, that is, well, I won't say I'll borrow that for my future use as well. Thank you, Toastmaster Sasha. As we conclude today's meeting, may I take the opportunity to remind everyone, World Fair Trade Day is to celebrate the contributions to the fight against poverty, exploitation, and climate change. What are we doing about it personally? I, for one, will take this opportunity to reflect on my practices for climate change. Over the last 2 years in Australia, we've experienced, first of all, drought, followed by bushfires, then COVID hit, and flooding after that. So it's been one after another. And with all the things that's happening around us, today served as a good reminder for what am I doing personally, towards the cause, towards climate change. And I think I will reflect on this, and I will encourage everyone as well to perhaps reflect on what are we doing personally, for today, for the fight against poverty, exploitation, and climate change as well. Thank you, everyone. And as we end the meeting, I would like to wish all the mothers, grandmothers, great-grandmothers a very happy Mother's Day for tomorrow. This is a job that we do not get any requital. It's 24 hours on the job, and we hold all titles: the janitor, the chauffeur, the cook, the doctor, the nurse, you name it, we are it. So my hats off to all the mothers in the world. Happy Mother's Day. Enjoy your day and enjoy your grandchildren, as what Teresa said, your children and your grandchildren and the family. And that concludes our meeting for today. Thank you, everyone, for your participation. I wish you all well. We'll see you same bad time, same bad channel next week. Thank you, everyone.
Can we fill the roles?
Yes.
I'll share my screen. Yeah, we need 2 evaluators. So John and Fatima are the speakers. We need 2 evaluators for them. Anyone?
I can be an evaluator for next Saturday.
You can be mine. Woo!
Okay.
So lovely to see you, Ruben. After
Yeah,
long.
yeah, good to see you too, huh? I'm back with the evaluations.
You can be an evaluator.
Thanks, Ruben, for being back.
Yeah.
Okay, we have the R counter, grammarian, timer, and Toastmaster.
I can be the R counter.
R counter.
I've taken that role for some time.
Okay, grammarian and
Timer I'll do, Anvita.
so now we have 2 roles open, grammarian and Toastmaster. Anyone?
If you want, I can do Toastmaster.
Toastmaster, great. Okay, does anyone wants to play grammarian or is I can fill role? Of
I'll do the grammarian, Amrita.
Yeah, okay. Oh, thanks everyone.
All filled up, is it?
Yeah.
Excellent. Very good. I would like to welcome Kaushal has gone, is it? Okay, Kaushal and Marutesh are joined, and I think Teresa will be joining very soon as well. So 3 new members. Huge round of applause. It's great for the club. And let's hope we get more members.
Are they Toastmasters? Oh,
Yes. Yes.
all of them. Okay.
All dual members, yes. Because our club is a dual membership club. And all
Awesome.
are level 2 and above as well. So yes.
Okay, awesome.
Kaushal is DTM.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yes.
Welcome. Oh, even Tessa, she is DTM.
You're DTM as well, is it, Teresa? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Okay. Welcome. Excellent. Yeah, lots of DTMs. Very good.
Yeah.
No, that's right. We don't talk much, do we?
Excellent. It's great.
5, is it 5 DTMs?
Yeah, 1, 2, Shomesh and Lee also. So that's 2.
Yeah, and Liz also.
Rock.
Liz and
Roxy.
Elizabeth also. I guess.
This is like a DTM club now, actually.
Yeah. So many are DTMs.
6.
Yes.
I will be
Very
away
good.
next week, but you should be receiving, depends how long the post office takes it,
Yeah.
but it's in the mail.
Okay, Teresa, thank you. Thank you. We look
Yeah.
forward to your participation in our club meetings. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right?
Okay.
Okay,
10
guys.
o'clock.
See you again next week.
Good night.
Right.
Take
Good
care.
night. Bye.
I'll
Take
start
care.
thinking
Bye-bye.
what's,
Bye.
what
Good night.
How are things, Ruben?
So, Somesh, many things has happened, right?
Yeah,
At,
three new members. The third member is sending the money through post, actually.
Okay, yeah, sure. To the
Teresa, yeah.
The
And Marutesh, Marutesh, you're still there?
Yeah, I'm
Sorry?
here.
Marutesh is a new member as well.
Oh, good. Hello, Marutesh.
Thanks for joining, Marutesh. How
Welcome.
are you finding the
Hello.
meetings?
Yeah, very nice.
Okay, very good. Very good.
Actually,
you
I want to
can-
know how to fill the role in the website. I'll share the screen.
Okay.
Where I want to go to fill the roles.
Okay, you get the screen like this, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Speaker. So you see here in the 15th May, those roles are full now. So you see here,
Yeah.
okay, you have accepted the table topics, is it, for the 15th May?
Yeah.
So you have a tick there. And in terms of, if you click on the 22nd May, the YN part, just click on the Y. So that means I think you are attending the meeting. And if you want to request the speech, you can click on the request speech. The request speech button is there, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can do through that.
Okay.
And yeah, and you can give the preferred dates. You can give the workbook preferred dates.
Okay.
What workbook you're doing it from, what level, what project, and then you can give the dates there. That one.
Okay. If I want to take in next week, any roles, if I want to take means.
Next week you're doing
directly.
master, is it?
Yeah. Next week I'm doing topic master.
Yes.
If I any weeks I want to take any, I want to enter the role means where I want to give request in the Zoom meeting or directly I can do it here.
You can directly tell to Anvita. Maybe that might be the simplest option.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think the other way is to click on those roles. If you click on if you close this one, let's say click on the general evaluator role, or if you want to do general evaluator, for example, where does it lead to? If you click that, what happens? Okay, it's telling about the role, what exactly the role involves in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think the easiest option would be to actually inform Anvita, and then she can update that. It looks like they don't have the option for the roles there. They have the option to request the speech, but not for the roles.
Yeah.
So you can directly contact Anvita, maybe. It might be simplest.
Okay, thank you.
How are things there in your place?
It's day by day the cases are increasing.
Okay.
Actually, they gave exemption from January. They opened everything, colleges, everything, but the cases were increased very much. So again, they have announced lockdown.
Yeah.
After 4 months, again they announced lockdown. It is very horrible. Cases are daily 20,000, 30,000 cases in only Karnataka.
You are in India, aren't you?
It is very. India, it is more.
Yeah, he's in India. Which place? Which place are you in, Bangladesh?
I am actually Bangalore.
Bangalore, okay.
Bangalore, yeah.
Yeah.
Somesh, where are you from originally? What city?
I am actually from Kerala in India.
Oh, Kerala.
It's a kind of southern state in India.
In the south, right?
South, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you involved with some Indian organization? Is it, Ruben?
Yeah,
in terms
actually,
of,
I'm giving lectures in Philippines, in India, and in Turkey. Yes.
Very good.
So those are Asian foundations or associations of teachers of research and something related to that of the education. Some others are about global change,